Character is incomplete without focus. Midas Touch Part 2. It is night time. A helicopter is moving forward in the dark sky. There is danger on the ground below, pressure in the air above, and the pilot sitting in the cockpit knows that a mistake of a single second can change not just the mission but life itself. Now imagine that same fear in the world of business. No bullet is being fired, no battlefield is visible, but money, reputation, the team and the family's expectations are at stake. This is the invisible war of entrepreneurship. In part 1 we saw that the Midas touch begins with the thumb. The thumb is the strength of character. That very emotional strength which does not let the entrepreneur break down amidst failure, betrayal, loss and fear. But if the character is strong and the direction is weak, a person works very hard but goes far away from the destination. Therefore, in part 2 the story moves forward from the thumb to the index finger. The index finger shows the way. When someone says, "Look over there," it is often this finger that indicates the direction. In Midas Touch, this very finger represents F.O.C.U.S, meaning follow one course until successful. In Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki's book Midas Touch, entrepreneurship is explained through 5 fingers. This idea is simple but very tough from the inside, because every finger takes a different test. Before becoming an entrepreneur, Robert Kiyosaki went through the world of military discipline. His official biography mentions Marine Corps helicopter pilot training and Vietnam War deployment. This very background influences his thinking. For a helicopter pilot, an average performance is not enough. Their "and it will do" attitude can be fatal. If a decision in the air is taken late, the people sitting below can also come into danger. For Kiyosaki, this experience was not just a military chapter. It was mental training that taught him that fear will be there, doubt will be there, limitation will be there, but taking one's eyes off the mission is not an option. Business too is often like a cockpit. From the outside, the entrepreneur looks alone, but his decisions can affect the lives of employees, customers, vendors, and investors. Therefore, focus is not a luxury, it is a responsibility. Most people do not fail in business because they lacked talent. Sometimes there is talent, there is energy, there is an idea too, but the direction is not clear. They mistake every shining thing for an opportunity. This is the biggest shift in moving from an employee to an entrepreneur. An employee is usually given a task. An entrepreneur has to decide for himself which task is truly building the future and which one is just eating up time. F.O.C.U.S means following one course until meaningful success is achieved. It does not mean being stubborn and remaining blind. It means avoiding changing directions without a reason. Focus is not just the name of doing work. Focus is the name of choosing work. It is the name of deciding which thing will take the business forward today and which thing will only give the illusion of being busy. This is why the thumb of part 1 and the index finger of part 2 go hand in hand. Character lifts you up after you fall. Focus teaches you to get up and walk in the right direction. If there is no character, focus will break under pressure. If there is no focus, character will be spent in the wrong place. Only when both are together does the entrepreneur's hand truly start becoming like a Midas touch. Many people make a long list of dreams. One day a restaurant, the second day trading, the third day an agency, the fourth day a YouTube channel, and the fifth day some new app idea. But the energy gets scattered in every direction. Such people are hardworking, but the results turn out weak. Because hard work is like a river. If it gets a channel, it can generate electricity. If it spreads out, it turns into mud. The fear of failure breaks focus first. As soon as the first ad fails, people change their niche. If the first client says no, they change the offer. If the first month is slow, they change the entire business model. But not every slow result is a failure. Many times the market is telling you to improve the message, increase trust, show proof, and be a little more consistent. Focus is the skill of listening to this very voice. There is another trap, the dream of an easy life. People say if they do business, they will get freedom. That is true, but first, business demands discipline. Without discipline, freedom soon turns into chaos. Today, distractions are more than ever. Every day on social media, a new formula, a new trend, a new income source, and a new shortcut appear. The entrepreneur gets confused about whom to trust. Focus means passing every piece of advice through the filter of your mission. Look at what is connected to your customer, product, and cash flow. Politely ignore the rest of the noise. Kiyosaki's military experience taught him to work above doubt, fear, and limitations. A pilot cannot think in the middle of a mission about what people will say. He has to keep his focus on the instruments, signals, and objectives. An entrepreneur's instruments are different. Cash flow, customer feedback, sales conversion, repeat purchases, team performance and market demand. An entrepreneur who ignores these signals is flying on guesswork. Donald Trump has also presented the story of Trump Tower as an example of focus. This was a big and controversial building story in New York real estate, but from a business angle, persistence is clearly visible in it. Before Trump Tower, there was an existing building connected to Bonwit Teller on that site. In 1979, work was done toward taking the property interest from Genesco and later building a luxury mixed-use tower on Fifth Avenue. In this project, just acquiring the land was not enough. Location approvals, financing, design, air rights, market positioning, and public attention, everything had to be managed. This is why focus is not just a thought, it is long-term execution. In the book's story, Trump views this process like a battle. A battle in business does not mean violence, but rather not backing away from your goal amidst negotiation, patience, timing, and competition. When news of a deal goes out, competition can increase. The seller might rethink. Buyers can step in. The price can change. At such a moment, an unfocused entrepreneur panics. A focused entrepreneur changes the strategy. The other name for focus is the ability to turn a vision into cash. An idea may look good in imagination, but it becomes a business only when a customer validates it by paying money. Many entrepreneurs have excellent ideas. They speak well, think big, and make impressive presentations. But when it comes to execution, daily discipline breaks down. A vision without focus becomes a poster. Focus turns a vision into a process. The process makes a product. The product reaches the customer. The customer gives trust. And from trust, cash flow begins. In Kiyosaki's Cashflow Quadrant framework, people are seen in 4 roles: E for employee, S for self-employed, B for business owner, and I for investor. The focus of each quadrant is different. In the E quadrant, the focus is on job security and a steady paycheck. In the S quadrant, the focus is on generating income from one's own skill. In both, hard work is very strongly linked to personal time. In the B quadrant, the entrepreneur learns to run a business through systems and people. In the I quadrant, money works through assets and investments. Kiyosaki links this right-side thinking to financial freedom. But hearing about B and I makes people get into excitement quickly. The real challenge is that shifting from employee or self-employed thinking to system builder thinking is not easy. A self-employed person often wants to do every job himself: sales by himself, accounts by himself, customer support by himself, hiring by himself. This may be necessary in the beginning, but it becomes a bottleneck for growth. A successful entrepreneur focuses on the entire business. He does not get stuck in every small task. This does not mean ignoring details. It means measuring the right details and giving responsibility to the right people. You do not have to print every invoice yourself, but you must understand the cash flow. You do not have to design every post yourself, but you must understand the brand message. You do not have to take every customer call yourself, but you must hear the customer's pain. This is the maturity of focus. Staying busy is easy, but building a business is difficult. A busy man says, "I don't have time." A focused entrepreneur asks, "Which work deserves my time?" The element of discipline came in different forms in the lives of both Kiyosaki and Trump. Kiyosaki saw mission thinking from the academy and the Marine Corps. Trump learned a competitive mindset from the New York Military Academy and real estate pressure. The biggest lesson of military-style discipline is mission clarity. When the mission is clear, the team understands why they have to fight, which direction to go, and what thing to prioritize. A mission in business is not just a sentence written on the wall. The mission explains what problem the company is solving, which customer it stands for, and on which value it will not compromise. A strong mission unites the team. Effective leadership injects energy into that mission. Teamwork turns it into daily action. Without a team, a founder can end up remaining just a tired performer. Focus is also connected to the customer. If you want to sell to everyone, you often fail to serve anyone deeply. A business becomes sharp when it can clearly see its core customer. Look at an Indian small business owner. He sells clothes, but keeps jumping from wedding wear to kids wear, sometimes to imported shoes, and sometimes to cosmetics. The shop remains full, but the identity remains empty. On the other hand, an owner focuses only on affordable office wear for working women. Her stock display, reels, offers, and customer language are all in one direction. This very focus becomes the beginning of a brand. Focus also builds trust. The customer feels that this business understands my problem. When your message keeps changing repeatedly, the audience gets confused. A confused audience rarely buys. Focus can feel boring because there is repetition in it. The same customer, the same promise, the same improvement, the same follow-up. But this very boredom builds mastery. A little refinement every day gradually gives compounding results. A caution is necessary here. Follow one course until successful does not mean sticking to a dead idea. If the market repeatedly gives a clear signal that there is no demand, it is wise to learn and pivot. The difference between focus and stubbornness is told by data. If there is customer interest but conversion is weak, improve the offer. If there is no interest at all, look at the problem selection again. Blind faith is not a business plan. In part 1, we learned that a strong character does not run away from failure. Part 2 teaches that a strong focus does not run in random directions after every failure. It takes the lesson and course corrects. Market noise will always be there. Someone will say do crypto, someone will say open an AI agency, someone will say take a franchise, someone will say start exporting. The question is, what does your current mission say? Setting priorities is the practical language of focus. If revenue is needed today, the sales pipeline can be the priority. If customer churn is increasing, service can be the priority. If the team is breaking apart, leadership can be the priority. An entrepreneur has to build his daily operating system. Which numbers to look at in the morning, which customer to talk to, which decision not to delay, and which distraction to avoid. In the beginning, a founder has to wear many hats. But focus teaches which hat is temporary and which is strategic. Otherwise, the entrepreneur himself becomes the biggest traffic jam in his own company. Focus gives leverage to energy. Just as a lens can concentrate sunlight onto a single point to start a fire, focused effort can bring recognition to a small business in the market. The lesson from the Trump Tower story is not politics. The lesson is that a big real estate project is not built just by imagination. It requires years of persistence, negotiation, and public positioning. The lesson from Kiyosaki's pilot story is not war. The lesson is that average thinking can be dangerous in a high-pressure environment. In business too, a weak focus slowly eats away capital, confidence, and credibility. If you're a creator, focus means a clear audience, a clear promise, and bringing consistent content. If you are a trader, focus means risk rules. If you're a shopkeeper, focus means inventory discipline. Today, ask your business one question: what is my one course? What is that one path which I can truly make successful by giving it enough time, effort, and learning? If this answer is not clear, there is danger. Because without focus, you will work hard, but you will keep making a new start every month. And a person who starts over and over again can never build momentum. But when character and focus meet, the entrepreneur begins to change from within. He feels afraid, yet he keeps moving. He learns, yet he does not lose direction. He listens, yet he preserves the mission. Now the question is what the next finger will teach after focus. If direction is found and the mission is clear, how will the world recognize you? How will your identity be made in the crowd? This will take us to the next part, where the third finger of the Midas Touch will talk about the brand. Because in business, just being good is not enough, being remembered is also necessary.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.